It's loading. Oh, awesome. Okay, good evening to us all. Trust we had a great week. We're having a great week, and welcome to the month of October. Right? Looking back, I just reflecting on January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Now October. This is the 10th month in the year 2025. And like like yesterday, we just see ourselves already covering, 9 months in the year, and we already started another new month. And the shocking thing about the last quarter of the year is it comes with another speed and another wrap up. Why is it so? Is the journey of a man um, become very, very quick at the time when the person is about to reach the last laps. And that's why some people like to, and that's why it's so important that we, as a business owner or as an individual, needs to enjoy every moment of our life. One of my mentors mentioned something very spectacular in the month of September. September is September to remember, and he mentioned to say, look, the beautiful thing about each day is the lesson learned in each day. It's not really about how much of things you have done, but how much of you, how much are you being refined. We use the word refined because it was just for us to understand that we're on a journey of bringing out the best in us, right? So even our businesses, we need to bring the best in us, to really bring the best in a business. Do you see that? So, and he mentioned that to say, look, every day, always sit back in the evening and take an inventory and say, okay, what have I done in the course of this week? In course of today, who has through my life has improved? Who have I through reach or meetings has gained something through me? Those things are what we really, really live for. All right. And that's why, as a business owner, there's always this attachment of businesses to customers because the businesses find purpose in our customer, not its our customer. I don't want to use the word it, because it's an entity on its own. And so the same way with our life, we have ourselves and who we are called to. The people who are called to, when we offer our services to them, our talents, our gifts, our products to them, then we are really fulfilling the purpose while we're here on earth. And that's why the month of September was that kind of a September to remember, and moving on into this October. October is a month full of wrapping up. And I use the word wrapping up. Is a period when you start winding down all the things you've done because of the year, right? Things that you've this is the time when things you are going to be doing, it starts to be perfect. You are perfecting those things you've done. So it's a finishing. When you're molding, you're just doing finishing of the work. So it's no more, you're no more building, you're no more, so you are wrapping up for the year. All right. By the time you move on to November, December, that November month is a month not for this year. In fact, October is not for this year anymore. It's a wrapping up for the year so that you can prepare for next year. I've said all that using just 5 minutes or 10 minutes to do that. 5 minutes. So, in the course of last week, apology, we were unable to have a session, and but 2 weeks right now, previously, we went through these five things businesses needs, right? We mentioned the first one, which is developing innovative products or services. We mentioned improvements of delivering your services and products. We also conclude on that day on get the products or services to the face of your customer. We've we've paused on that, and we mentioned that we're going to go into breaking even and expanding your business. Those two are going to be having that next week. Okay. Why is this so? Is we also have we also saw that there's some things that are coming up, and we as a business owner we need to also be involved. Why is so? Is we know that businesses are busy. You as a business owner, we're actually working, using, you are engaging. We know with that what you should be doing is to get busy. For us, as us coaching you, we're introducing you to we're introducing you to technology that will enable your business to thrive, right? But you are into the day-to-day activities of the business. So because of your day-to-day activities and because of that, um, trying to meet your customer needs, we see it as a need that there is a gap. While you are going to implement what we are teaching you could be very difficult. So so with my team and I, we just discuss and say, okay, let's come up and just share some of the things that you need to be identifying, need to identify in your in your journey of working with not only you, with any team that you are going to meet in the long run. Anyone that's going to be of help to you as a collaborator, as um, as a competitor. I mean, take for instance, we all know the Lula Balu in quotes of what happened between the association of I don't know what they call them, something, 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 and the Dangote refinery, right, where about 800 staff were layout, right? The story behind those things that happened with the business around that time, right? You can see that, you know, for a business owner to see it fit to say, okay, this set of people, I don't want them. The business has a reason, okay, right? And also for you as a business owner, you must also have reasons why someone should work with you. So I won't want to dive into the training. All right, so we're going to just have like a 30-minute conversation on that, so that by 7:45, our trainer will pause and give room for questions. Then we wrap up for the day, right? So that's why we saw it as a need to say, look, we need to engage you, enlighten you, and see that you can identify within you or among your business the kind of team that you need to have, right? I mean, I remember when I joined a particular when I was starting my career then. So I went through a training. After the training, a, a I joined a startup. The startup we were to pitch our startup with an investors. That was in the East. Then I remember one of our mentors telling us something very important. They said, look, when we put up all the slide, all the solutions, we want to say, oh, this is what we want to do. And the man said, look, he appreciates what we put together. But you do know what? Investors will not invest into your business because the business feel nice. The investor is going to invest into not your business. They're investing into the capacity of the team you have. When you mentioned that, I was like, wow. So we have to redefine the whole flow of our slide to include the team, right? And then we're able to, and that's why if you notice, some organizations when you have, like when they're doing recruitment, they will say, look, you must have at least two one. And there is a reason for that. There is a reason why some businesses will say, look, what they want, they need someone who can sell. They need someone who can, I mean, I've seen a lot of businesses like that who actually they major into those, they amplify those who are their sales rep, right? So, but before I go into all that, let me just allow our trainer in the person of Olaseni Olajumoke. She has vast knowledge about recruitment, vast knowledge about what businesses needs in terms of staffs, and she'll be here sharing some experiences with us. I will stop my screen now. She'll come up, and then we just have a bit 27, 28 minutes of that, and then we have questions. So I will please let's come with pen and jotter so that we can jot things down. Okay, so that we have questions that's going to be engaging. Right. So I will yield to Olasini Olajumo. Okay, over to you. Are you ready?
Yes, ready to go. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much, Mr. Bukoli. I will be honest, this is a whole lot not from your session. I stand for 15 minutes. Good evening, everyone, once again. My name is Olajumoke Olasemi. I am currently the creative director of a fashion brand named Zenki. And I double also as a business consultant. So today I would want to speak about the role of adequate staffing on the expansion and growth of MSMEs in Nigeria. We see from experience. Okay, so I'll be sharing my screen very soon so you can see the slides I came up with. So we see from experiences that we want to do so much with our businesses. We want to scale, we want to attain new heights, we want to hit our goals, want to hit our projected revenue and everything. But sometimes we just see that a lot of businesses are not able to hit this goal. And if we look back, it's not really an external problem, it's majorly an internal problem. And the major internal problem with any organization is the people in the organization. So if you are saying that a company or an organization or a business is not doing so well, we are actually saying that the people, the human factors, the human engines running it are actually not doing so well. And so the prosperity of any business is directly proportional to the capacity of the humans involved in that business. And today, okay, so now I'll be sharing my screen with you so you can see. Oh, I'm not allowed to share my screen at the moment.
Okay, let me do that for you. All right, try it now.
Okay, okay, can we see my screen? All right, so the beginning, this is it. So we all know what HR is, human resource, and like I was saying, many fail to skill due to informal people practice. Good HR and recruitment equals competitive advantage for MSMEs. So what this simply means is the businesses you see that are doing well is because they are taking time to hire the right staff for each role. They've taken the time to hire the right staff for each role. They've gone the extra mile. And like business mentors, you hear them say, they would always let you to know that if you are all about, I can do this myself, I want to do it alone, a business that is just you cannot grow. It cannot go beyond you. So if you are thinking, oh, I don't know how to delegate, I don't feel like delegating. I know a lot of businesses struggle with this. You as the founder, you have the idea, you have the concept, and all of that, and you think that you don't really need so much people to come on board and do the work with you. You think you don't need to share the vision with other people and pay them to do it. It simply means
Yes.
that vision will just be limited to you. Great businesses, big businesses, they scale because they have the right set of people working in the organization. An example is you will see so many examples around the banks, you see the multinationals, you see firms like organizations like Dangote, like petroleum companies, you see. All of these are businesses, and their businesses are started with a founder or two. But the reason why we see them as conglomerates today is because the founder decided to take the business beyond his own vision and then allow other people to work on that vision and also expand the vision. Now, your vision is limited to you alone, but when you have people coming to work with you and to do the needed thing, give you more time to also think and brood and see how you can develop the vision. You also come on board and add to your vision. We see cases whereby even the founder does not know how to scale or go or move into the next point of action. But you see that the people that he or she has employed are the ones who will bring these ideas and the business booms. So now we know why this is important. So why HR matters for MSMEs is to build a foundation for growth and stability. Because if you are thinking about growing, you are thinking about scaling, you don't just want to be doing the same numbers every year, then you need to consider hiring the right sets of people. Attracts and retain right talent, shapes culture and work ethics, supports compliance and risk management. Now, these are the key functional relevance of MSMEs. So, recruitment and onboarding, getting the right people. This is the first step. The next is performance management. So keeping the team aligned. So it's not just about hiring the right team, but also keeping the team aligned with the goals and objectives while you hire them. Learning and development. So growing skills affordably. So you will see that some banks will do graduate training program. They are all doing this so that they can build the skills of the people they want to hire, so that the work is more effective and the organization can go better. You can also do this. So the main point of this discussion today is looking into the problem of MSMEs, why they are not growing. And now we've identified that human resource is a major part of this. And because I know a lot of people are like, oh, I want to hire, but I don't know how to go about this. I've been trying, I've not found anybody. So this session, I'll be sharing insights on how to go about this. So let's continue. Learning and development. So you probably can hire people who are not that skilled, but are willing to learn, so you can teach them on how you want them to go about the job. The next is compensation and incentives, motivating even on a lean budget. The compensation and the incentives matters. The working environment matters. You know, it's not just about hiring people. If your human resource turnover is so high, it means that as a founder, you are not doing so well, because you should be able to retain your staff. You you have the responsibility to do this. So training them is important, compensating them is more important. The next is culture and employee engagement, driving loyalty and innovation. So, like I said, the work culture, the working environment, you have to be as flexible for innovations as possible. I'm not saying completely friendly or to make things, or that they would think that, oh, we can do whatever we like. No. In this sense, it's so that they can bring their ideas to the founder, to you as the founder. And if you see that, oh, these ideas would grow this business, would help us scale, you begin to put those ideas also in place. Because when they see that their ideas are being put to use, they would want to come more. By then, they begin to see your business as their business also. So the culture and employee engagement is very, very key and important. Next is the closer, the growth driver. So most times, yeah, MSMEs, and that's even most times small businesses, even a one-man business, you would most likely hire based on family, friends, and all of this. And it limits growth. But there are also ways to go about it. You can hire your family and your friends, but let there be a clear job description on how they should work and how they should go about their roles in your organization or in your businesses. Let them know that in business hours we are employee and employer. After business hours, we are family members, so that there will be no mix up. You will see a lot of these organizations that we see that big also employ their family and friends. You will see that most G4 would hand over to their son, who will hand over to their grandson as CEO, as COO. It also shows that the role of family involvement in business is important, but the way we go about it also matters. Next is structured hiring saves time, yes, and reduce costly turnover. So by turnover simply means how often you you sack. I don't want to use the word sack, but how often you like sack and then hire new new members of staff. That is turnover. So if it is high, it simply means that one way or the other, the business will not grow, because the time you are using to train, the time you are using to, the money you are using to recruit, the time you are using to recruit, all of these things, if they were, if it is reduced and minimalized, it will help the business to grow better. So the next is use referral social media. So one key solution here is you can get hiring agencies. There are quite a number of them that can help you recruit people for different roles, both skilled and unskilled workers. If you are digital, you can search Google, search different platforms for all of this. You would even, and I know sometimes you'll be like, and they would charge they would want me to pay so person I and all. But you can start from somewhere. You can start by just hiring one client. Now is not the time to think of, oh, hiring is taking a larger percentage of my profit. Now is the time to think of, I want to scale. And if I want to scale and grow, I need people to join me in this work, so I can have the time to think of how to scale and grow. So hiring is important. While you're hiring, you really would not want to think about how much it's costing at the very beginning, because you know that the outcome will be greater. So if you used to, let me give a practical example. Let's say, for example, you are into agro allied products. Let me say you make and sell, let me call it roasted chin. You package and sell roasted chin. You manufacture it yourself. In a month you do 200 sachets, because you are the only one running the business, so you are just two, yourself and an assistant. But by the time you are, so let's say two people are producing, that's the calculation. So people are producing 200 sachets a month. By the time you are adding one more person to it, it simply means you can produce 250 to 300, 250 to 350 sachets a month. And that way, you are reaching a wider audience. If you are into services, look at it from the part of, oh, let's say I service this client, I service also number of clients a month. Let me say I service 20 clients a month. But at if I'm if I'm bringing somebody in and I train this person on how to go about my own um, business, you're not just training them for training sake, you are training them on how they should go about your business. And I'm bringing this person in, and we have a well documented agreement. You know, when we are servicing 20 clients a month, this person coming on board can help you service 30 clients a month. And before you know it, let's say you are now a team of three or a team of four, from 20, 30 clients a month, you can scale to 100 clients a month. And as the business owner and as the founder, you would have more time to think about the things that the business needs to grow. You have more time to do the things that looks like loopholes in the businesses that are affecting the businesses. Um, so common recruitment challenges for MSMEs, the skill gap in the labor market. That is why that's why most companies, most organizations always have a training period for everybody before um, new new members of staff they recruit, except for those who are except for if they are recruiting people in the management level. They know that all these persons have had so number of years of experience, and so they really would not have to train so much like they'll be training a graduate or someone who is just coming in at an entry level. Budget constraints or competitive pay. Yeah, so you can start with um I don't want to say, yeah, you can start with low skilled people who are not, you don't have to, you are running an SME. It's just, let me say, you are running a micro business in Nigeria. And the first thought that comes into your mind is hiring a graduate. A graduate would want to take nothing less than 150, 200, 250,000 naira per month. And the business is not even generating that per month in profit, not in revenue, in profit. You don't want to you don't want to go that route. So you most likely want to hire someone who is probably an ND holder or a NC holder or a secondary school graduate. Someone who can read, write, and then you train this person. So that way you are not spending all of your profits on hiring. The next is informal contracts. So yes, like I said, when hiring, you must have a well documented agreement. You can use technology is here now. You can use ChatGPT, Gemini, and the likes to draft a well written contract, a well written hiring contract that, oh, this is how we go about in this business. You can't take leave at at social notice. These are the benefits you're entitled to. This is the number of days you're entitled to. All of this so that there are plans in place. Your employees will not just come one day and then stop showing up for work and think um, that's the way it should be done. If they would stop working, they would have to send in notice. I heard that, oh, I would, I want to resign and all of this. So you can look into that. ChatGPT and the likes can help in drafting that for you. The next is HR strategy for MSME growth. So, like we've been discussing since, start simple but intentional. You know, have job descriptions we set out already and the KPIs. You know, the next is leverage digital tools, WhatsApp, Google Forms, payroll apps, you know, WhatsApp to communicate better with them, Google Forms, to get their details and all of that. Payroll apps, so it's easy for you to make yeah, pay the salary without thinking about it or without anybody reminding you about it because this people have a way they work and they're kind of automated. So you can disburse salary at stipulated time. Next is develop internal talent. So like I said, you train apprentices, you train interns, you don't have to start by hiring graduates or hiring people with masters or people with PhD. Train apprentices. I know that the culture of apprenticeship in Nigeria is fading out, but whether we like it or not, it's coming back already because we are seeing that apprenticeship. plays a key role to the growth of small small scale businesses in Nigeria. Apprenticeship is very important. It plays a key role. So you can start with that. Yeah, for apprentices, you don't have to pay them as much as you would pay a, a worker. And same to with intern, they are collecting a percentage of what you pay an actual worker, an actual employee. So these are steps, practical steps on how you can hire the right hire people to join you in working for your business.
Okay. Thank you so much, Olajumoke. I'll be wrapping up very, very soon. Okay. Um, I think we had the opportunity to ask questions so that we can share some knowledge with one another. Um, okay, I see some hand raised, and I think they have been raised since morning, since we started. So let's lower our hands, or else I will call you. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, so which means Sadiya Abubakar, you want to speak? You raise hand first. Can I hear from you? Do you have questions or do you have contributions? Okay, Abubakar. Abubakar, you just joined us. Mm. So mute yourself. We are talking about Sadiya Abubakar. It's about what to engage Sadiya Abubakar. Sadiya Abubakar. While I wait for Sadiya Abubakar, Bill Aminu Muhammad. You can also unmute yourself.
Yeah, good day, my fellow people, and good day is a great coach, book me. And I want to first of all thanks all of you for having me in this important journey. And I am very proud of the way I am receiving a lot of knowledge, which it has been in fact and been applied for many times in my business, and I'm doing great. I thank you very much for having that. My first question is that about this my Oladisi, I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
Our trainer for today. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
she discussed or she shared about the HR responsibility and rule.
Yeah.
My own question here is that how an an individual can be able to adapt or have a knowledge on how to become or to be higher as human resources manager or as HR. What are the key skills that need to require for an individual if he is willing to be hired as HR in any company? I mean, in business sector. Please, can I have more light on it? Thank you.
Mm. Mr. Muhammad, the question you're asking is actually a norm. Is it shouldn't be. It's not coming. It can't be coming from a business owner. It can be coming from maybe an undergraduate that want to venture into to becoming an HR as a career, as a business owner. All right. The goal of this meeting, right, is to understand, especially for this class today, is to understand the position or the attitude of what HR or in terms of human resources that you need for your business, how those things are comes into play for your business. This knowledge you are receiving today um, and the questions we are expecting us to actually ask is about our state of business currently. What is it about now in terms of recruitment? Can my business afford to have an HR? If the answer is yes, the answer is no. When is it that I will be able to see that, oh, my business, I can hire an HR? Okay. And that's why my introduction into this today's meeting about that was understanding the team you are going to be working with, ideal team for your business. Right. So based on, I mean, just for for just to answer the question, right? So there are main requirements to becoming to for you to be able to be considered as an HR. There's some there is a certification course you must have. There's a background of education you must have. All right, to be able to be positioned to become an HR for for a company. Okay, an HR for a company, even that also has become a business when you have a a hub or a facility or a center or a business where everybody inside that business they are HR. So they are just doing it like an agency deploying to businesses. In fact, a platform like Jobama today came through those kind of initiative, and that's why this session today is so important for businesses because they saw that, look, like Olajumoke mentioned this in the session today, businesses are struggling in manpower. In fact, for your business, look at this year. Look at this year. Minimum wage increases from 30,000 to 70,000. The question is, as a business owner, can you afford it? Right? Can you afford to recruit someone that you are going to be paying minimum of 70,000 naira? And it wasn't a shocking thing is you could have said you can afford it if the booming of businesses before is coming like that. But the other policies that also hit the side of businesses so hard that is because, I mean, look at this scenario now. The raw materials you are getting, some of the raw materials are imported. The rate at which you can get these materials jump from how much self? Is this 600 or 500 or 300 or $200, 200 naira per dollar to 1,600? Yeah, I think it was 600 to 1,600 dollars. 600 naira per dollar, which means the I mean the fertilizer you are buying, if you are buying it at the rate of maybe per gram, you are buying it for 100 naira. So you have to buy it at the rate of 1,200. If you are buying, I mean, if your flour, I mean, that's you know how much we usually buy bread now. That increase. Look, water, but pure water that we usually buy five naira. Can you still buy that five? Can you place 5 naira down for pure water again? It looks impossible. I want to increase from pure water. Look, it wasn't the water. Water did not increase. Oh, the nylon moved up. The staff, the logistics jumped up. It now got it to the point whereby When you take the water, you're not just drinking water, you are drinking your money. So that alone are something that hit businesses so hard that businesses now figure out that, okay, can I even pay this 70,000 naira minimum wage for a staff? And that's for me, and that's why I said, for your business, what is the ideal team for your business? Right? What is that ideal team for your business? Who do you feel you can recruit? Okay, if you okay, I mean, she mentioned some things inside that slide, which is so powerful. Some of our errors. We want to have cheap labor, right? Or that is not ideal for your business. It's not ideal for your business. It has its place. So some of us want to, get family members to be working. Those things, they're not ideal. You know why? One of the errors that usually kill business is family members working in that business. You know why? The person can do anyhow. You don't have something, you can't say the guy should go. If the person is doing cheating the system, you can't you can't lay off the person, because if you do that, family members will come and say, how will you push out your brother? How do you push out your sister from your work? What do you want him to be eating? Those questions, the questions I want us to be asking is, if some such situation comes up, how do we come in? What do we need to do around that situation? Right? Those are questions I want us to actually have. Reality of questions. Oh, you can talk about your business. Tell me, this happened to my business currently, and I feel stuck. I feel like I don't know what to do right now. If you also, I mean, you can also give feedback to say, oh, through the lesson, through what you share right now, it points to me that, oh, this is what I can even do in this situation. Then each and every one of us were able to help one another for the week and then move on for the next week. Once I don't want us to be positioned in this meeting today, it's a coaching class, so I don't want us to be too much into what do you call it? Theoretical knowledge. Knowledge pops up. It's only grace that edifies. Knowledge pops up. When you have too much information in your head, you feel like you know it all, and you won't lay hands on anything. Do you understand? So please, let's ask questions as regards our businesses. Okay. Okay. Oh, thank you. I think we have our trainers also back. She's just going to wrap up in next maybe 5 minutes so that we move on into questions. Over to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Anthony. So, like as I was saying, um, one rule about about business about hiring people for business is do not hire who you cannot fire. Do not hire who you cannot fire. If family members or friends or your friends is poaching himself or their sister or their brother or someone to you, if you know this person is not capable, do not hire. Don't think about the cheap labor and everything. Retracing what Mr. Bukumi said. Do not hire them. There was a time a younger cousin of mine came and wanted to learn with me more as an apprentice. And then when she started to be funny, I corrected her, explained things, you know, spoken to her in the calm way, even in the African way. But she just wasn't budging. She just didn't want to change. The other day she came and I told her, go back home. That is it. And then when when the mother came and was saying, oh, I said, if I will be taking her, we have to be sure that she will not repeat this. Because as gentle as I can be as a family member, there are things that you also do not, because it's your business. And all of these things are affecting your business. If the business should crumble today or tomorrow, the blame comes on the founder, not on the people. If you'll be talking about the banks that we patronize, we would mention àwọn Silicon Bank, àwọn sorry, I'm saying Yoruba, but you say, oh, this bank, that bank. We are all referring to the founders, to the people in the management level, not even really to the people in the entry level who are doing the wrong things. So the blame comes to you as the founder, not to your employees. So while you are trying to tackle the issue of understaffing, try to hire the right set of people. Try to one key thing to hire is someone who is innovative. Those are things to look after. Someone who is innovative, someone who is ready and willing to learn. Someone who is ready and willing to learn. Someone who is teachable, because there are a lot of people that would even come and tell you have so much about the experiences, but they are not ready and willing to learn. So you have to look into this. You have to be ready and willing to learn because your business is growing. And there are a lot of things that will be changing. Business is dynamic. So you want to make sure that as the business is changing, as the dynamics of the business is changing, the people you have with you can also go with the flow so that the business can grow and improve. At this point, if you have questions, I'd like to take them now because it's not just about hearing what I have to say, it's about implementing them. So you can come and share what is going on with your business. Let's discuss practical solutions on how to um, scale and move forward when it comes to R&D clients. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay. Do you have questions? Do you have questions? All right. If or feedbacks. Okay. Musa Abubakar, thank you. Over to you. You can mute. Musa, thank you so much, everyone. We can drop in giving out thumbs up. Thank you. Musa Abubakar. Yeah, can hear you. You are muted though. If you want to speak, try and unmute. Okay. All right. And also the a lot being shared today, about our businesses, and I love some of the things being shared today. You know, um, you know, I mean, I'm just looking at the thing that usually happen to. Let me just try and pick, for instance, ideal team or ideal staff for your business. Okay, so let me check comments. Do you have any questions there? Okay, okay. So everybody is saying aye. Okay. If you want to ask question, please unmute and ask. So let me just, while wait for other people to ask question, let me just talk about ideal business, ideal staff for a business. Business must actually know who actually fits the business. Something happened on, I think it was, today is Thursday. Yeah, something happened yesterday evening. One of our team, yeah, one of our volunteers we're in a meeting. It's a team. We're just preparing for Saturday towards camp, and one of them asked question. All right, so the project comes with reward. So we go and then get um, trying to recruit staff for that project. And while we're doing that, so we are trying to so we send these guys on Saturday to go and recruit for us volunteers, and the volunteers who have been on that project get a shocking revelation that the project they were on also comes with rewards. So we are now asking about the reward. And why do I discussing that reward? So we keep hearing the word reward, 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 reward. And we have to come in. One of my team members have to come in to say, look, the build of our program was not this token, this little gift that we receive. The reward is bigger than that. And that's why, as a business owner, I know your goal was to be able to sell, right? You want to sell. Meanwhile, you should also have what we call vision. And that's one thing that we did on yesterday. We have to redirect the focus of everybody to say, look at the vision. What will make volunteers to work for yours is the vision, not the reward. I mean, the promise good, but is the vision, is the goal, is being free connected to say, okay, what I mean, look at let me not go into religions now. It's what we see that the leader want to do, and we feel connected to it, then we stay loyal to it. Not for some, you can't use money to buy loyalty, all right? Because it doesn't last. Okay, Musa Baka, you want to say something?
Yeah, the thing that I want to say is about this program. You was letting me for the previous time. I'd never attend this program. You are just posting the time. When I check my phone, I already see the time was reached. So the problem that I foresee is that like
Okay,
I'm not aware when you are posting the meeting. I don't
okay,
know whether there is somewhere where you can drop the the thing that you do in writing, but I don't know where I can get it. Even
okay. So I'm trying to understand your question. Like the meeting for today, you are not aware of the meeting, right? Yes, most of us who are on the call here joined through the link on our group.
Yeah, he's talking about he's not been attending the meeting previously. So
Okay.
what is he going? Where is he going to go, and so that you can be able to get the previous activities and maybe information. So I think this will be maybe under group, maybe if it is helpful, and we will now ask one of our
Oh,
member to explain. I
oh,
think
okay.
this is
Okay.
what you must need. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that clarity. All right. So the okay. Yeah, that reminds me. So by this time tomorrow, we please Elijah, please remind me. I will drop the link of a playlist of all the sessions we've had so far. Okay, I will drop it so that all of us can jump on it and then watch, listen, and then learn. All right, so thank you. So I will continue the conversation now to say, ideal team or ideal staff for your business actually comes with you, sharing the visions of your business. How do you do that? Every year, you want to make, say for instance, this year now, I want to make a 1 million naira. Inside that million, okay, so because it's a business, and maybe for instance, your business per capita is already going to 10 million, right? So you said, okay, I want to hit the 30 million, threshold this year. So for you to meet 30 million threshold this year, it means that your your revenue you should generate per quarter should not be less than per quarter should not be less than 10 million naira. Okay, so then if it is 10 million naira per quarter, it means that for every month you shouldn't have less than 2.5 million. Okay, so if you are doing 2.5 million in a quarter, in a quarter, is it quarter? In a month, then which means that in a week you shouldn't have less than. Do you see how I was breaking it down? You should have less than in a week. You should, let's say in a day itself. I'm already missing it. So in a week, you should have less than. So divided that by not 4, divided by, yeah, you should divide it by, you shouldn't have less than 700,000 or a million naira in a week. Okay, in a week. So what do you need to do? Then you cannot say, okay, look, everything I am going to be working, all the in terms of raw materials and the end products. And that's why I actually want to talk about breaking even. The raw materials and the end products, whatever amount of money I'm going to make from it in a day, you would beg it. So that by the time you are going to recruit a staff, you say, look, in a week, you must deliver a million naira on this business in a week. Then the person knows that in a day must deliver 200,000. Right? So then the question is, how many customer base do I have? You see those things, then you now figure out, okay, what is my sell? What do I sell each day? Like in terms of rates. All right. So if I have 200,000 naira products now, if I sell it today, all my 200,000 naira products, do I get 400 naira at the end? So when I get that 400, I put that back into the business. You sort out the raw materials I paid about I got before, sell another. So you figure out that you have so much activities you need to do. The kind of staff that now work with you will now be based on their capacity. Then you can measure the capacity of that staff. Then you now know, okay, I need to, because inside that revenue you are generating is where you pay bills. So if someone is earning from your business 100,000 naira, and each day the person is able to deliver 200,000 naira delivery for your business, the person is a gamer. Then you keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Then you move from that 30 million, you shoot up to 100 million. And then by the time you enter 2026, you push again. You go beyond. By the time you know it, you figure out that you can't do it alone. Then you now figure out that you need staff. You need someone to manage your team so that you can focus on other things. The time you're going to need HR is when you figure out that you're spending too much time correcting your staff than attending to your customers. At that level, you know that you need them. You set rules, all this, put in the time you enter, the time you leave the work, then you install camera, and so that people will not steal your products. All those things, you don't need that wala. It's not good for your business. I'm not saying those things are not good for your business. What I'm saying is you pay attention more to that thing than delivering your service is not good for your business. You understand? So you leave that to a team, to someone who can help you manage it, and then you can pay the person token for that. Because the HR is an HR, right? HR will motivate your team. So you need to sell the idea, the vision of the business into the an HR who will not take it down to your staff, and they can be better off. By that time, you figure out that you need to put structure into your business. So I won't sell all this and many more. All right. So we draw the curtain here today, right? Because I was expecting more questions. So I will leave it here. By God's grace. I think the group is open for comments. If not, I think we just going to do that so that we can we can have the floor to ask questions. Questions help us as a feedback to know what to talk about next time. Okay, so keep things going for us too. Okay, so please let's ask questions. All right, so and thank you so much, Lassie and Rajmoke. Thank you for making today count. Thank you, Mohammed Sonny, Bliamino Muhammad. Thank you. I recognize you. Slim Kid. Thank you. Miriam Kiwa. Thank you. Raji Alabi. Appreciate you. Indidi Ayola. Thank you. Abubakar Toku. Thank you. Awa Tanko. Thank you. Nafiu Mustafa just left. Thank you too. Sadia Abubakar. Thank you. Okay. And then Sonny Abu Karim, thank you. And myself, thank you for.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. May God bless. Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your evening. Take care, guys.
Take care. Thank you.